Okay, so in today's lesson we're going to be looking at how to do some more with solving logarithmic equations. In yesterday's video we started out by looking at some simple logarithmic equations. Today we're going to be looking at some that are a little bit more complicated that might involve a couple more steps. But for all of these, again, you want to write down these 3 steps, and then that way you'll have these to follow along with all these types of problems, whether it was the type that we did yesterday or what we're doing today. But the first step to these is always going to be to get that logarithm portion by itself. Once we've done that, you're going to change it from being in logarithm form to exponential form. And then once you have it in exponential form, we're just going to solve to find out what x is. So let's apply that to this first example here. Now a little note about logarithms. Whatever the logarithm is next to is what we need to get by itself. So here the logarithm is next to the x minus 2. So I want to get that portion by itself. So I'm going to need to get rid of that plus 6. So I'm going to do that by subtracting 6 from both sides. And 8 minus 6 is 2. So now I have the logarithm by itself, so I can go on to step 2. Step 2 says to change from logarithm form to exponential form. Remember, we talked about in the previous video that these are common logarithms, so they have a base 10. So what we do is we slide that base over, and when we do that, the log falls off. So it's going to be, so I no longer need that x minus 2 to be in parentheses. It would be x minus 2 equals 10 squared. And 10 squared is 100. So when I go to simplify this for x, I have x minus 2 equals 100. And now I add 2 to both sides, and I get x is 102. Let's look at this next example. With this one, the logarithm is next to the negative 4x. So this is what I want to get by itself. So in other words, I need to get rid of the minus 1. I'm going to do that by adding 1 to both sides. So now I have the log of negative 4x equals 3. So now the logarithm is by itself. I'm taking the logarithm of negative 4x, and that's by itself. So to change this to exponential form, slide the 10 over, so it's negative 4x equals 10 cubed, which is 1,000. And if I divide both sides by negative 4, the last step is to get the x by itself. So I'm going to divide by negative 4 and get x equals negative 250. Pretty simple. But what if we have one like this last example? 5 minus 2 times the log of x plus 4 equals negative 5. Again, we're still going to use those same 3 steps. Now, if I had asked you to solve this equation, we would know that we'd want to subtract 5 first and then divide by negative 2. Well, this is going to be the same process. Instead of getting the a by itself, we're trying to get the log by itself. So I'm going to subtract 5 and then divide by negative 2. And negative 5 minus negative 5 is negative 10. Now I'm going to divide by negative 2. And negative 10 divided by negative 2 would give me 5. My next step is to get this in exponential form. So it's going to be x plus 4 equals 10 to the 5th. And 10 to the 5th is the same as 100,000. So now we just subtract 4 from both sides, and you'd get 99,996 is your answer. So some of these you might get some rather large answers, but that's going to be okay. It's okay to get positive numbers, negative numbers, but the key is to make sure that you always follow these 3 steps when we want to solve logarithmic equations. So with that, good luck on your assignment for today.